Well, hello and welcome to a brand new episode of JoeScentMe. I have with me Kristen Petrovich here, who is the CEO and founder of Argos International, LLC. And it's so awesome to have you with me.
Thanks for coming all the way down, Joe.
It's amazing.
We got lucky. We're both, well, he's obviously from Indianapolis, well, close to Indianapolis, and I flew in for a business meeting and a Christmas party. So it worked out for both of us.
The timing is perfect.
Yes.
So Christian here started a company called Argos International, and it is a perfume line, a very luxurious perfume line. And I just wanted to see how you got started with all that. How did you get started with fragrances?
Well, I've always been interested in fragrances. I own probably about 50 fragrances now, but over my lifetime, who knows how many hundreds. But really about 4 years ago, I had the opportunity to shoot for a fragrance ad, a large fragrance ad campaign, and it fell through. But on a positive note, somebody told somebody who told somebody, and it got back to me, and I was able to help them develop their own fragrance line. So when I was approached, they asked me, okay, what happened with that fragrance shoot? And I told them it didn't happen. So I had a friend from my travels that actually makes fragrances. He's from Morocco, and between him and I, over the course of a year, we were able to make a custom fragrance for this gentleman. And then the rest is history. I just kind of delved into it. I learned how to create my own fragrances, and over the course of the last 2.5 years, I've probably made 7 different fragrances. And my first 2, I guess, inaugural launch for Argos, my company, are the Argos Pour Homme for men and the Argos Pour Femme for women.
Can you tell me a little bit about how you came up with the name Argos?
Well, the original, I'm really big into Greek mythology. My background is Russian and Italian, but on another side note, the first gentleman that approached me about creating a custom fragrance was Greek. He actually lived in Greece. He's a shipping tycoon. He owns hotels. So he primarily wanted it for his hotels and his family. So I kind of saw this as my opportunity to put my Greek mythology knowledge together, and I created Argos, which he loved, being in the Greek shipping. Argos is the 100-eyed giant that Hera created to watch over Zeus. So Zeus, is the god of gods as far as Greek mythology goes, and he had a lot of transgressions. So Hera created him. Half of his body would be asleep, and the other half would always be awake. So he was basically the watchdog for Hera.
Well, that's very cool. I actually had no idea, and I knew the name sounded like it was possibly a Greek.
Yeah, and that's why I have the Greek meander around the Eye of Ra. So there's actually an Egyptian tie into it as well.
Yeah, I was wondering too, because I noticed the Egyptian reference as well with the Eye of Ra there.
Yep. And I do on my website, www.buyargos.com, I have a whole list of kind of the mythos of how I put everything together, the meaning behind the name, what it means to me, and how I came about to develop that name and that logo as well.
And I'll include the website down in the notes as well, so that you guys can click on it and make sure to check it out as well. And also, I'm also going to include his social media links to everything that he does in social media, so that you can follow Buy Argos.
And I actually get on there and I check it and I see what people write, and I try to interact as much as I possibly can.
He is very active. I know this because I see him posting all the time.
That's right.
And it's really, really awesome to have this opportunity. Right now, there's 2 fragrances in your line. You mentioned there's one for women, one for men. Could you speak a little bit about each one of those and what they offer?
The Argos Men's, which is right there. Why don't we grab it? There's 2 different bottles right now. I have a European launch, which is this thicker bottle, and then I have the U.S. launch, which is just a slightly smaller, but they're both 100 ml. It does have a citrusy top note. And then it cools down. It has a lavender, slightly floral, then it calms down, and the base is actually a musk and a woody scent. But it is eau de parfum. It's going to last you 6 hours. I actually put this together, and when people place their orders, I make it to the order. So there's not hundreds of bottles sitting around. I actually, at this point, make each and every bottle.
Wow, that's a nice personal touch.
So this is the mint. You see there's a slight amber color to it. There's actually the logo on the top of the cap as well. Okay, and the women's Simply Pour Femme, which in French means for her or for women. This one actually has the gold foil. The men's has the silver. So you're going to get.
I don't like that gold.
You're going to get gold on the cap versus the men's, which is the silver too, and the sprayers to match. And this actually has a bergamot on the top note. This is a very rich fragrance, and I don't know if you've actually had a whiff of this one yet.
I have not. I have
You've
smelled
smelled
the oil.
So Joe's actually smelled the pure fragrance oil, which I'm actually going to have that available, and we're going to talk about some of my upcoming projects.
Sure.
But why don't we go live here, and why don't you just spray that and let me know what you think.
I'm going to spray it on my little cheat sheet here. Yeah, it's beautiful. It does have that citrus.
It's going to have a little citrus on the
citrus note, but it's not overpowering. It's really, really, really nice. It's actually a nice. I'm not typically fond of just citrus only scents, but this is a beautiful scent, and I could see how it's classy. It's got a nice sweetness to it as well.
And it's the base note is going to be a patchouli and with a little bit of tonka bean and vanilla.
That tonka bean and vanilla are like two of my favorite ingredients in fragrances. So
you got to be careful with the vanilla. You don't want to be overpowering with the vanilla, but it's an oriental vanilla, so it's got a little bit of an exotic flair to it.
Wonderful. Really is pretty. I'm almost jealous of the women because they're going to smell almost as good as the. I mean, if not better.
Well, you have to.
Yeah. So I noticed too, just from browsing your website, that you have, I think, one of the most luxurious travel atomizers I've ever seen. Ever. And could you show us a few of those?
And you're actually one of the very first people to get. There's very exclusive. I only have about 100 of these right now, and they are in oval and in pen shape. I don't know if you can see that right there.
Yeah.
And these I modeled after basically a Zippo lighter.
Yeah. Okay.
And I actually have the same refill you would find on a butane lighter.
Oh wow.
So if you pop off, for example, right here. You take the little sprayer nozzle off right here, and this is my personal one that I carry with me. So I'm gonna fill this for you all here. You can see there's a little porthole right here. You just line that up, and there's actually a levels sensor on the back, so you can see how much you have in there. And on the website it explains, and on the box it also explains how to fill it. But I'm just gonna give it a couple pumps right here.
It's recommended that you fill it only to about the 80% mark because you don't want to overfill these because they could possibly.
It could possibly leak a little bit, but it's not going to damage the product. It would just leak out the excess that you put in there. So, and simply just flip it over, and you just want to leave a little air bubble. So if you can flip it over after you filled it and you still see the little air bubble, you're fine. But what I really love about this, it's chrome. I have it in black. I have it in the white. Actually has like a metal flake auto detail in there.
Oh wow, it's pretty. It does look like really nice.
And it's got Swarovski crystals on the top right here. And I'm in the works with making right now gold-plated, 18 karat gold and rose gold. So those will hopefully be available sometime mid-2018. And what I really love about this too, I do have a kind of an economy atomizer in the bullet form, but this one really makes the particles really fine, like a really fine mist. So I don't know if you could see that, but I mean that disperses the fragrance so much better.
And it's just enough too. You don't have to overspray.
No, you don't have to be going all over the place. But I love it. It's TSA approved, so you could take it on an airplane. They're not going to confiscate it. I would recommend that you do keep it in your carry-on and not in your check bag, just because of pressure. But
and
it's
also
a perfect
in the fancy
travel
pouch too that it comes in.
And I'm actually working on the prototype right here. We're doing leather pouches as well, and we're going to have the Argos logo embossed in that as well. So that'll be coming. One of my other things coming for 2018.
Very cool.
And let me show you the pen one too.
Yeah.
So I have these in black, white, and chrome, same as the ovals. And these simply, just like lipstick, you just give it a little twist and it pops up.
That's beautiful.
And this one has Swarovski crystals all along the top.
Oh, a lot of beautiful crystals. I like the Swarovski a lot.
And when I was developing this, I was thinking the women are really going to love this, but you know what? It fits perfectly in like my jackets or my lapel. I mean, and I'm working on a leather pouch for this too, kind of like a Mont Blanc pen would.
Yeah.
So those will be coming mid-2018. Fills the exact same way, uses the same technology and port. And this is filled with glass. There's no plastic in this, so it's really going to preserve the fragrance in there. I don't recommend you swapping different fragrances, maybe taking one out of this and out of another, because then that would obviously mix the fragrances. But you know, if you have an Argos fragrance that you want to take with you, this is the best way to do it. people are going to ask questions when they see this.
Absolutely. Tell us where we can find these fragrances for purchase.
Well, I mean, everything that you see here, you see a lot of stuff, but I've been developing it for over 2 years, okay? So I've been doing private label. Right now, these two fragrances are exclusively online at www.buyargos.com. But I am working, some negotiations right now are in the works for some boutiques. One of them is a national one, so they're going to have 25 to 50 stores across the United States, high-end luxury boutiques, and also several hotels, actually bringing it into their walkways and whatnot, and pumping it through the ventilation systems.
That's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I noticed that when I came into this hotel, it actually smelled really good, and I thought maybe that was all your
Not yet, but I noticed that as well.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the future of Argos. What can we see coming down the pipeline from?
I mean, the future for Argos is so exciting. I mean, this is truly a passion that 5 years ago I never would have known. But I've had so much time to develop these two fragrances that in the meantime, while I was working on really perfecting the men's and the women's fragrance, I had all this extra time to develop the atomizers, the luxury atomizers, the economy atomizers. They both hold the same as well, about 70 sprays, and they're also refillable. But I also had time to think about some more high-end luxury things. So we're going to be launching the roller balls, and instead of having like an eau de toilette or an eau de parfum roller ball, we're going to go with 100% pure fragrance oil, which I can't think of anybody else in the United States that does that. You might see it over in the UAE and some other countries, but I have the rollerball minis right here that you can travel with, and those hold 1 ml, but I do have the 10 ml rollerballs that are in the works. Those should be here by January. So those are going to be really nice as well. I mean, one of those 10 ml should last you a year.
Yeah, these are very highly concentrated oils, so a very little amount goes a very long way.
And one of my little rollerball minis, I use it once a day, a couple swipes on my neck or on the inside of my arm or my wrist, and it's lasted me over a month. So, and that's just 1 ml. So, another thing that I've been working on too, besides the Euro bottle, I am doing crystals, the dabbers. And again, we're going to be doing the pure fragrance oil with the dabbers.
Those are beautiful.
This is the women's one right here in gold with the diamond.
Is it diamond or Swarovski?
These are a Swarovski, but
yeah.
you can, we can do custom orders. We have that ability. So this also has the Argos logo in the top of the crystal.
Those are beautiful.
I don't know if you could see that.
Those are really beautiful.
And this one also has the diamond. And I really love the 3D logo that I have inside.
Yeah, you can see if you've ever been to a gift shop where they do these crystal laser etched,
Same concept. It's
a
got the
similar
Argos
thing.
logo and name etched 3D inside of the crystal. So these are going to hold, I'm going to have probably 2 different versions. I'll have a 6 ml and an 8 ml, but you keep these in a nice dark area in the house, just a couple dabs. This is going to last you several months, and we'll probably be offering refill vials that you can order to keep your crystal full. Another thing that we're going to be working on is the home line, and the home line I'm very excited about, and it's something that's very difficult to do, to match a fragrance perfectly into a candle version. I had no idea it was that difficult, but you've smelled the women's,
yes.
And now I want you to smell the women's candle, and this is not even lit.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that in a room?
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful. It's really nice.
So we're going to have the home line with the candles, and what I'm really excited about, and I don't have one here with me, is the oil diffusers. Now these are electronic diffusers. If you live in an apartment or you're in a hotel or someplace where you can't have anything lit, you can plug one of these in, and I also have one that's wireless as well and with remote control, and it will take the natural oil and you just fill that up. There's 2 different styles that I have in the works right now, and it'll diffuse the fragrance even better than a candle will.
Yeah, and it's safer too, of course, because there's no fire, no flame.
Yep, no flame whatsoever,
Yeah.
and remote control, you could have it across the room, and it fills a room fast. The 2 versions that I have now, even the small version, will probably fill a 400 to 600 square room up within 5 minutes, easy. no problem. And it saves the oil. It's really, I mean, a little goes a long way.
Can we talk a little bit about the price points of all of some of these, or that we showed it, because I don't think we talked about what this goes for.
Sure. Well, it is a niche luxury line that I'm going for, and right now the euro price I won't get into yet because I'm still working on logistics and getting it over there and all that. But in the U.S., the men's 100 ml and the women's 100 ml are $175, and they come in a box like that right there. And I want to talk just a second about the box. This is actually a wooden box.
Yeah,
and it's solid. Not only does it protect what's inside the glass, but you really should be keeping your fragrance inside of here. And I wanted something that was beautiful that you could put on your nightstand, your armoire, or whatnot, and still display it, but still protect what's inside, because you don't want light hitting your bottles, okay? And you don't want humidity from the bathroom and in the shower, that constant change. Those are two variations variants that will somewhat affect your fragrance. So keep it in the box. The women's is white with gold, by the way. So $175 for the 100 ml. We don't have a 50 ml release right now. The oval luxe atomizers are coming in at about $225 along with the pens. It's a little bit less expensive for the auto paint ones versus the chromes. And let me show you the chrome pen one too.
The first thing that I thought to myself when I saw the pens online, I thought, wow, these are like Mont Blanc. That's the first thing I thought of, was that these are very, very stylish and something that I'd want to have.
So I actually have a jeweler that hand engraves these.
That's beautiful.
The oval and the pen. Yep. And that one also has the crystals on the top.
And Argos engraved right in the pen itself.
Yep.
The logo and all.
So again, they're going to be coming in about $225. The economy ones are about $20, and they come filled. The black and silver one is going to come filled with the Pour Homme, and the white and gold is going to come with the Pour Femme. And again, these are $20. The crystal, right now, we're still working on the price point, but it's still going to be coming in around that $225 price point. It's just a matter of me deciding on if I'm going to go with the 3D logo inside, or if I'm going to go with the outside. This is actually etched and filled with foil. Mm-hmm. So there's different versions, and I'm working on that right now. But these are going to be something that's going to be launched mid-2018.
Wow. Very cool.
And the candles, again, still work. This is a prototype, but I just approved the women's candles, so those will be early 2018. The men's, still working on the formulation to get that right, because I'm a perfectionist, and if it doesn't smell exactly like the men's, it won't get released. So I still would expect that to be probably completed by early January 2018, and the home line will be mid-2018 with the electronic diffusers.
Very cool. So there you have it. This is the CEO right here, Christian Petrovich. Make sure you check out his Instagram page and also his website. And also, I'm going to be doing a review on this fragrance right here, and that's going to be coming up on my YouTube channel very, very soon. I'm also going to be doing a giveaway. Thank you so much for making that possible. Mm-hmm. Could you tell them a little bit about it, because I wanted them to hear it from you.
Sure. What I've given Joe is actually the economy bullet fragrance atomizers, and again, these are refillable. They hold the same as the luxury ones, but these are what we're giving away in the giveaway. And I'm also going to include the rollerballs, so you're going to get some of the pure juice, the fragrance oil. We got the men's here with the blue, and we've got the women's in the amber, and that's going to be 1 ml of the pure fragrance oil. And again, that's, I mean, like you said, a little goes a long way with that.
Yes.
And we do have the men's. So I think I gave you 2.
Yes, I have the 2.
So he's going to be giving away 2 of the women's and 2 of the men's, and each one is going to come with the men's or women's version of the oil as well.
And there will be a link to that video in this video as well, and vice versa. I'll have a link to this interview in that video as well. So make sure to check that out. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, please, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell at the top so that you can continue to get great content just like this. Thanks again, Christian, for coming in. Man, this is so awesome. What an honor. This is my first interview with a CEO of any fragrance company. This is quite an honor, and I'm so glad that we were able to do this. So thank you so much. Have a great day, guys.
Ciao.